Nobody panic. Okay. I'm panicking.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, loaded question. How are you doing?
Just the same.
How is the United States doing?
Not great.
How's LA?
LA's on fire.
How about San Francisco?
I don't know. How is San Francisco?
They're protesting too.
Oh, are they? Good for them.
I know. I think actually a lot more people are protesting.
Yeah.
So if you're sleeping under a rock, the U.S. is finally waking up. Hopefully, maybe. I don't really know. Depends on how you feel.
We'll see. Depends on how you feel.
There are riots in the streets of L.A.
Tell me, where were you? I was sitting home watching my TV, but I'm
about to participate in some anarchy, bitch.
I wish I was participating in some anarchy.
It is so hard to sit still.
It is.
I'm I got a karaoke machine. I got a fucking speaker. Mm-hmm. I can say si se puede.
Si se puede. We got padlocks. We got water.
I can talk people into being friendly and not mean and not harmful.
I was like, how much do you think a gas mask goes for on Amazon?
Does
it counteract if I buy it on Amazon?
I can't even wear a fucking N95. There's no way my ass is marching down the streets of LA in the heat of 80 degrees wearing a gas mask.
That's true.
I salute you.
Yeah.
And I will, if you need something, you give me a shout and I'll pull up in my little SUV and I'll pop the thing and I'll drive away so it falls on the ground.
Oh, there you go.
Because I got 2 kids I got to get home to.
Supply drops.
Yeah,
I like it.
Exactly.
I like it. Yeah.
And that's for either side. Anybody who's... Guys, I don't know how true anything is. We TikTok our lives away.
Yeah.
So I had seen where they were saying like, oh my gosh, the United States administration is sending in all of the National Guard. They're like 2,000 National Guard troop people, whatever, to LA. Now this was like Sunday. Okay. Yeah. And now it is Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We are late.
Yeah.
This episode is a couple days ago. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he was like, oh, we're going to send 2,000 troops in. And then like they had nowhere to sleep. So they didn't have beds. Like it wasn't planned. And then, Gavin Newsom's like, I don't know what to do with them. I don't need them. I didn't ask for them. Whatever that whole shit show was.
Yeah.
But then there was like all these images going around of them sleeping on the floor. Now, do I know if that was true or if they were just like, man, there's nothing to do here. I'm going to lay down.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules. And I don't, optics are a thing when it comes to press and media and all that shit. But I'll bring you a pillow. Just be nice. Like, if you all agree to be nice, can we just be human to each other?
Just be human to each other.
God damn!
By the way, guys, this is both of our goddams.
Yes.
We didn't really announce it, but it's a pretty big goddamn. At least for us in our world right now. Like, everybody's talking about it. We're all watching it. I hope it is for you guys, too, because it is an important part in our history, right?
Well, there's people that don't live in America, too. So,
fucking Australia knows about it. That breezy got shot with a bullet intentionally.
She sure
A rubber
did.
bullet.
Yeah.
And it's on camera.
Lethal. Yeah.
Oh, and she's such a trooper. She's like, it's fine. It's a little bruise. I'd be like, bitches, do you want to see what they did to me?
Oh, that picture would have been out the next day. Look at his thigh.
Yeah.
That shit would bruise so quick.
I'd be like, turn the camera to me. Show it. Carry me out. Ooh.
Carry me out. Right. Yeah. Well, I am a little bitch, too. So.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Ow.
No, she fucking killed it, man. No, I don't know, guys.
It's
we'll
fucking
see.
Wild right now, though.
I hope we're all just on the right side of humanity. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
It's a good lesson for me, too, even, because I get sucked into all the conspiracy shit. And as I'm watching even my own shit, I'm like, I can't trust what everybody's saying. It's so fueled, so emotionally charged.
Yeah.
Like, we just got to look at each other as humans first, and then let's go from there. And it does suck because, for some people who believe in the conspiracy, you're working with an administration that's corrupt, right?
Right.
So then there is no fair games. So then that makes you angry, but that doesn't mean you have to hurt each other.
Right.
And then the people who do believe in the administration, they think that everything's going right. So they're like, you're the problem. Like, the people who disagree are the problem. But we're all just humans at the end of the day. And we can disagree, and we can all get along, and we can love each other and not shoot each other with fucking rubber bullets, man. Those things are crazy. Do you see they're shooting flash bombs off at, like, fucking point blank range?
Yeah.
Girl, that house down the street got raided from you. You have firsthand experience on a flash bomb.
There was a guy that got hit in the head with one. His head was all fucking bleeding everywhere. Yeah.
Like, people are getting hurt more by the enforcement.
Weird.
I know. And there's so much more we want to talk about, but we'll keep it generalized because we don't want to oust anybody or make you guys hate us.
Yeah.
For our fucking political opinions.
Our beliefs.
For our assholes. That we all have.
Yes, we do. We do all have an asshole and an opinion. Mm-hmm. And that'll be enough.
But mine is the cleanest asshole.
And the right opinion. I'm just kidding.
And the rightest asshole. No, just kidding. It's probably so crusty and itchy. Remember, we talked about this already.
A dirty asshole.
We've already talked about this before.
That's an
Oh my
inside
God.
joke.
Anyway, just know we love you guys and stay strong and stay happy
safe.
and stay safe and love each other and be the change that this fucking place needs.
Yes.
Don't fall for the traps.
Don't fall for the traps. Be nice. Protest nicely. Protest peacefully.
If you see somebody in help, regardless, help them.
Yeah. We're all people. And we all just fucking want to live here. Unless you're the 1%. Then you're not a person. I'm
Man,
convinced.
if you're the one fucking shit up, can you stop?
Could
You're
you
really making it
fucking
hard for the rest of us?
not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
But
on, man.
the rest of us all who are just poor and trying to get by,
Fucking Brad.
kind of upset.
Sorry,
Anyway, today on episode 346,
Let's hear it.
we're going to talk about Janet Chandler.
Janet Jackson.
Janet Chandler.
Okay.
All right, so Janet Louise Chandler was
Ooh.
born on May 21st, 1956,
Okay.
in Temperance, Michigan, okay,
Mhm.
to James and Glenna Chandler. She
All
grew
right.
up in a religious Christian household, but she was the most spiritual in her family. Like, she really took to it.
Okay.
She went to Bedford High School and then moved on to Hope College in Holland, Michigan to study music and religion.
Love it.
Okay. She dreamed of becoming a music teacher and teaching at a Christian school.
Ooh, she gonna lead that worship.
She gonna lead that worship. She was like, I got the organs.
Dun, dun, dun. Lord, we lift your name on high.
Oh, look at you.
Girl, I know so many worship songs.
Yeah, you do.
That's not even how that one goes.
Aww.
Those are the lyrics, though.
Someone was gonna be impressed. I was.
Well, those are the lyrics, so you could be that impressed.
They are. Cut to 1979. Janet is a senior in college. She's 22 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the time in Holland, Michigan,
Yes.
there was a huge strike at the Chemtron paint plant.
Ooh, what's in the paint?
Ooh, what's in the paint?
Or is it we're not getting paid
Probably
fairly?
just not getting paid enough.
okay.
I didn't actually look into what the strike was about,
Ooh.
but they were striking.
You need to
And
get in this conspiracy life a little more.
see,
I'll look it up, don't worry.
200 union members had walked out, right?
Oh, shit. Who's
were
gonna
like-
make the paint?
We're fucking out of here.
Sherwin-Williams cannot paint the world.
Who's going to make the paint? I'll tell you who's going to make the paint.
All right.
So, well, no, I won't. But the
Okay.
Teamsters, which I guess are part of the union, hired a bunch of experienced strikers from Detroit to beef up their picket lines, right?
Oh my God, you could do that? It's like a
Apparently.
$5.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, exactly.
I can hold a sign and scream loud. You want me to stand there? Sure.
Yeah, I'm free all week.
Well, I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah.
Actually, this is very enlightening for the topic that we were just talking about.
Honestly,
I
it's
wonder.
on par. So,
Who's getting paid out there, motherfuckers?
right?
Give me my water back.
Oh, I had no idea you could hire picketers,
Yeah.
protesters,
Interesting.
rioters, whomever.
You're
So-
real violent? Come over here. Smash this
Mhm.
car.
They had some experienced strikers from Detroit. That's hard to say.
That was impressive, Dr. Seuss.
They're beefing up their picket lines. So in return, Chemtron, the paint plant, they
What a terrible
hired
name.
what?
Chemtron.
Chematron.
I feel like, well, first of all, now it sounds like a fucking transformer, but before that, I just think chemtrails, you know?
Right.
Like,
Like that you
didn't
you-
age well.
It sounds terrible. Like it
You don't
sounds
use
like
the word
there's
chemical
chemicals in
anymore.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't say that.
It didn't age well.
Non-Chemtron.
It's like how we're not allowed to say the R word anymore, you know?
Right.
Like,
Right.
we get that there's chemicals.
but like there's a lot of chemicals, so now chemical has become a bad word, you know?
Yeah.
They hired a security company called Wackenhut Security.
Jesus Christ. Is this a real story?
Real
Is
story.
this from Acme Inc.? Like what?
Oh, we got old Wackenhut here.
Yeah.
What do they do?
They whack huts, obviously.
Come out whacking.
Yeah.
Out of
they
their
do.
huts.
Yeah, they do.
And every day the strikers would picket and they'd harass the security guards, and then the security guards would like put spikes under their tires, all that kind of bullshit, right?
Wow.
So tensions were high in town
Sure.
Mhm.
Over this chemtrail.
over this Chemtron plant. And there was a motel in town that the Wackenhut security guys were all staying at. There was like 80 guys or something, right?
Yeah.
And this place is called the Blue Mill Inn.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was also a bar attached called the Tap Room that all the local working women would go and peddle their wares, per se.
Ooh.
You know?
Okay, winky dinky.
Yeah, getting some of that.
AKA they selling pussy.
They selling themselves.
Yeah.
Okay? But cool. Live your dream. Do whatever, right? But that gives you an idea what kind of place this was. A little bit of a seedy character area,
Sure. I mean,
right?
we're hiring protesters.
Yeah, scabbers,
Yeah.
the protesters,
Like,
whatever.
wherever you get the cheapest.
The traveling workers. I think those are the
Careful
ones.
now. Careful.
Uh-oh. Is that who we're protesting? Okay. So it's a seedy place, right?
Yeah.
And there would be a mix of strikers or security workers at this bar, so it's not always a great place to be.
Yeah, tensions are high,
Mm-hmm.
and there's sex involved.
And there's sex involved. And all the security guards live at this motel. Okay?
Why?
That's where they're staying, because they're all from out of town. I guess everybody's from out of town.
Oh, shit. All right, they put them both at the same hotel?
No.
What a
The
terrible
strikers
idea.
are not at the hotel.
Oh,
the
my
security
boo.
guards are
My
staying at the
boo.
hotel.
My boo.
But occasionally the strikers will drink at the bar attached to the hotel, right?
Okay, but then won't you want that hotel if said lady comes and graces you with her presence?
They have demo rooms.
Yeah? Is it called the bathroom?
Yeah.
The hallway?
I'm going to go
The stairwell?
demonstrate this room real quick.
Hey-o.
So, our dear old Janet,
Mm-hmm.
she worked the night shift at the front desk of the inn.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
Okay.
So, our heavily religious,
Oh, my.
musical girl, sheltered Christian girl,
Right.
is now working the front desk.
Oh, Lord.
Night shift, a little sketchy.
Right.
At this
She's
sketchy
having
motel.
to deal with all these...
Right. Sex workers.
Yeah.
So, as a perk of working there, the inn also provided a room for Janet to live in, right? She shared the room with a girl named Lori Swank.
Oh, you gotta share it, though?
Well, she
Huh.
was the night manager at the hotel.
So you're together always? That sounds awful.
Literally.
Yeah. What a terrible idea.
But they became besties. So it
oh,
was
well,
cool.
then that sounds fun.
Yeah, they're like, this is fucking sick.
Right.
You know, we get to live together. We get to have this job together. She's
Yeah.
going to college, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Okay.
Living the dream. And then on January 31st, Janet showed up for her shift just before midnight. And at 2 a.m., a security guard named Robert Lynch called 911.
Uh-oh.
He was at the Blue Mill Inn and was reporting a robbery taking place.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he heard Janet's voice saying, "Leave me alone," or something
Uh-oh.
like that, and being forced out of the office. He said that he was on the phone with her, so he didn't see her being kidnapped, but he had heard it.
Weird. And he's security.
He's one of the security guards.
And he was on the phone with her.
Yeah,
And she gets taken.
allegedly. So he goes down to the front desk, and he can't find her, right?
You gotta
so,
see with his own ojos.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know who's supposed to leave her alone, but nobody's here. So he
Right.
calls 911, right? He's like, some shit
Is
has
afoot.
happened.
Yeah.
Don't know where anybody is. So when police show up, Janet was nowhere to be found, but her jacket and her cigarettes were still there.
She ain't gonna walk away from a pack of cigarettes.
She's not going to walk away from a pack of cigarettes.
Uh-uh.
And it's January in Michigan.
It's cold as fuck.
It's cold as fuck. There's
She
a lot
needs
of
her
snow.
jacket.
She needed her jacket. Like,
Yeah.
she wasn't trying to go anywhere, right?
Right.
And there was $510 missing from the till.
Uh-oh.
So police interviewed everyone, but it turns out no one saw anything. And it's a seedy hotel
Convenient.
with seedy characters.
Sure.
So, like,
We ain't see shit.
yeah, I don't know. Like, that sucks to suck.
Snitches get stitches.
Ain't getting nothing. So they're investigating this robbery/kidnapping,
Oh,
right?
no. And is her family like, nah, she did not come back. She gone.
She doesn't live with her family.
Oh, that's
She lives
right.
at
She
the
lives
motel.
at the fucking hotel.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So at about 6 a.m., a snowplow driver is going along his route
No.
about 40 miles away from the Blue Mill Inn on Interstate 196, and he notices some tire tracks that lead through the median and, like, off into the woods. And they hadn't been covered by snow yet. He's like, that's fucking suspicious.
Okay, plow driver. I love a nosy person.
Oh, yeah. He was like, I'm going to go check this shit out, right?
I'm just going to smooth this all over real quick.
Well, I mean, also...
He's like, I don't want to wipe away a crime scene.
Well, exactly. He's like, it's 6 a.m. I'm plowing the roads. Nobody should be out here. These tire tracks lead somewhere. I better go see if there's a car in that woods or something,
Oh,
right?
what a nice guy.
He's like, gonna go save somebody or something.
Yeah.
So
God,
he
we
decides,
need more of that.
honestly, he decides to go check it out, and he finds a whole ass arm sticking up out of the snow.
No.
And so he calls 911 immediately,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Did
Police-
you pull her out? Come on.
I don't know.
There's a handle.
You can just shake her hand. What if it came off? I wouldn't touch
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't touch it.
I would unbury some. I am trying to save people's lives, though. You know, like I'd unbury somebody.
I'd assume if they're completely covered in snow and all it's sticking out is an arm and it's not moving, I'd be like, that one's...
Girl,
doesn't need
I'm
to be
like, this
uncovered
is
yet.
preservation at its best. I can get this heart going again. Like, I am delusional.
I'm like, this is preservation at its best. I'm not touching it.
yeah, smart.
Yeah. I'm delusional.
And there's nothing you could tell
That
me
arm's
against
not that blue.
There's not. Well, I guess that's fair. If
Right.
it were like, you know,
She was buried in snow. I mean,
I don't know though.
I don't
know.
either. So he calls 911. Police get there, and they discover the nude body of Janet Chandler. Of course, they wouldn't know that it was her for a few hours, but she was identified pretty quickly through missing persons and dental records and her family.
This is only hours old. Like,
she had been taken
at like 2 or something, you said?
I think that was the next day.
Oh, like
Hang on.
not like it was nighttime, then 6 a.m. It was like 2 a.m., then a whole day happened.
Yeah, I think it was a
then
whole
it was
day.
6 a.m. the following day.
Yeah, I think it was a whole day had happened, and then it was 6 a.m. the following day. I'm sorry. My
great.
timeline is silly.
Nope. So she's been there for like 24 hours, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It has been at least that long since she's been missing, right?
Okay.
So, they identify her as Janet.
Uh-huh.
She had been beaten, raped, and strangled.
Oh, God.
Her arms were bound behind her back.
Mm-mm.
She had been blindfolded with duct tape, and there was adhesive found all over her face, suggesting that she had been bound and gagged, right?
Oh, my God.
There were marks from the strangulation that were consistent with a belt.
Oh, shit.
And there was bruising and trauma consistent with sexual assault and prolonged beating
Somebody fucking took her and did that.
for a long time.
In a room, do we think?
So,
Oh, my God. Can you imagine? I would never want to work at a front desk. I never considered this. You're surrounded by rape rooms.
You're surrounded by places to go. Yeah. By second locations.
Yeah. Yeah. You're surrounded by it's a house of second
Yeah,
locations.
that's a terrible place to be.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. And you have access to all the keys.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so whoever takes you then potentially has
especially in
that
the
same
90s.
access.
It was like a fucking shelf in the back, like a valet.
Right.
thing.
Like a key wall.
Yeah.
So don't work at hotels.
Oh, my God.
So investigators went back to the Blue Mill Inn and they questioned everyone again, right? This time for murder instead of robbery.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Lori Swank, who was obviously broken up about her bestie,
Roomie being gone.
Yeah, and being murdered. She just found out.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't have any ideas. She didn't have any leads. She didn't know what had happened. She's the night manager, but apparently she was as in the dark as everyone else, right?
Yeah.
And Robert Lynch, who had made the 911 call, said he didn't recognize any like voices or anything on the other, because he was on the phone with her, right? So he's like, I didn't recognize anybody, but he works with all these other security guards and stuff there, so potentially he would recognize
know
a
the
voice or
voice.
something, right? And he has no idea who could have done this. So they still don't have any solid leads. They just know that something fucking terrible happened.
My God, while she was working. My
Mhm.
God. Can we get a
Worst
camera?
place to die.
The fuck?
So a few days go by, and the Chemitron strike ends.
Mm-hmm.
So all these workers that had been hired as security guards and picketers and everybody, they all up and left back to their hometowns.
Okay, they're like, fuck it, forget it, we're done.
Well, all those people, they're done. They don't
Yeah.
need to do it anymore, right? They're out of here.
This is bad for her.
Well,
all the
now-
murderers are leaving.
Uh-huh. All the police
Suspects.
have no leads. All their suspects just fucking up and left town. Anyone could have potentially been involved in it, right?
Let's get a photocopy of those books, from that hotel.
Right.
Who was staying?
Who was
Who went to
here?
the bar?
Who's been around?
Who paid in cash only?
We'll never know.
I know.
So all their potential leads just scattered off to who knows where, right?
Right.
The case goes cold.
Oh, God damn it.
And then in 2003, this happened in 1979.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So then in
That was the
2003,
70s. I said 90s earlier.
yeah.
I don't know why. I was thinking 57. I was like, oh, it's probably like the 90s. I don't know why. That's
Like
what
she
I
lived
can
a
relate
full
to.
life, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. So the case goes cold. In 2003, a film instructor at Hope College named David Schock was interviewing a detective and asked him what case had stuck out to him the most during his career.
Right.
And he, in true old fucking retired cop fashion, points to the wall that still has a picture of Janet on it. And he's
Right.
like, the Chandler
This
case,
one.
right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, this one. She's been up
I
there
look
forever.
at her picture every night before I go to bed.
Exactly. One of those.
I'm gonna get
exactly. So the professor looked into the case and quickly became intrigued because he's going to that
Ooh.
college. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, this is fucking crazy, right?
Yeah,
Or he's
yeah.
teaching at that college that she was attending.
Right.
So it's close to home, right?
Yeah, let's look into this.
So he decided to make Janet the subject of the film class's next project.
Yes, okay.
They were going to make a documentary about Janet to highlight who Janet was
Ooh.
and possibly jog some memories of the people who knew her,
Ooh,
right?
I love this.
The
Love a
professor-
good documentary.
Love a good documentary. The professor made it clear to his students that they were not intending to solve the case. Like, don't get your hopes up on this. We're not going to fucking solve it or anything.
Wow, way to crush dreams. Excuse you. I'm just going to go solve this real quick.
You know,
Ew.
every college professor.
Have you ever heard of the self-fulfilling prophecy?
You're
Come
not
on,
going to
man.
change the world.
Yeah. Don't even bother voting. My econ teacher. Don't even bother voting. It doesn't matter. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Why are you a teacher?
Why would you be teaching this?
Yeah. Well, he was like, I mean, don't get your hopes up. It's not like, the intent isn't to solve it, but
Sure.
it's to
He's just trying to highlight the goal of this
bring
project.
light to it and everything, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, we'd be thrilled if you could shake up like a new lead or something, but like,
Yeah.
it's
No
not our job to solve it.
expectations. Yeah.
Right. So the students get to work interviewing Janet's parents and the people who knew her. And her parents spoke about how she was very pious and she was
What does pious mean? You're too smart
religious.
for me.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm not too smart for you. She was very religious. She was very devout. She believed in God wholeheartedly, right?
Yes.
They showed her heavily underlined Bible and some journals where Janet was speaking to and about God and his plan for her, right?
Aww.
She was a great singer and musician. They told about how she was in the church choir and she had worked at a daycare center when she was in middle school. Basically, painting this picture of this
Like a genuinely nice, kind person
genuinely nice, kind person
who got
very
fucking got.
who got fucking got.
That's awful.
Right. And they obviously missed her very much, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
The documentary students couldn't locate Lori Swank, the old roomie bestie, right?
Uh-huh.
Apparently, she had left town shortly after the strike ended as well.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
they weren't able to find anyone who knew how to get a hold of her or anything, right? So they're like, and they're just students, whatever, right?
Right. Did they get any DNA or anything off of her?
Yeah,
Did we get
but
a
it was
secretion or non-secretion?
Were they secretors? It was 1979, so it was way before all the DNA stuff. So no, they hadn't done anything with DNA at that point. They interviewed the old cops that had worked on the case, and they spoke about their frustrations and the dead ends and stuff. The documentary came out on January 30th in 2004 called Who Killed Janet Chandler?
I want to watch it.
I didn't, and I want to too.
Oh, well,
So-
I know what we're doing next time we
Yes.
hang out.
And at the time, the Holland police chief, John Kruthoff,
Ooh.
he had heard about the documentary being filmed, being made, and all that stuff, and he had actually had a small part in the investigation back in 1979.
Oh, he's like, you're going to want to interview me.
Well, he was like, hey, this is a fucking cool one. Like, it hits close to home for him, too. So he was already taking the steps to reopen the case.
Oh, cool. It
Before-
ignited the flame.
Mm-hmm. He was reopening it, and then the documentary came out. He was in the fucking packed theater. He's like, let's do this, right?
That's cool.
We're
Yeah.
gonna get this one going.
Heck yeah. It's what we feel every time we're researching, but nobody cares.
Right, exactly.
Well, you guys care. I don't mean that. That was mean. I love you.
No, they care. Everyone cares.
Yeah.
But it had sparked his interest. He was like, hell yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's invigorate this case, right?
Right.
And just before the documentary came out, he reopened the case and he had assigned it to another investigator who had also had a part in the original investigation.
Oh, cool.
So everyone is like, has some
You're
stake
going to
in
give
the game, right?
your all. Yeah.
So the documentary comes out and the investigators are all in attendance and they pick up on a tiny thing that one of the retired cops had said in an
Ooh.
interview.
Tell me.
He mentioned that when they were interviewing the Wackenhut security guards at the motel.
Whack and Hut. You stop it. You do that shit on purpose.
I do. I wrote it because I was like, that's a dumb name. I use it every time. I wasn't just like the security guards because I'm like, how will they not think it's just a motel security?
I need to know it's Whack and Hut.
It's the Wackenhut dudes.
Yeah.
So he had
Whack and
interviewed
what?
the Wackenhut. He had interviewed a bunch of those Wackenhut guys and discovered that Janet had actually had quote unquote relationships with a number of individuals.
No way. Actually,
Right?
they do say that those church girls be freaky in the sheets. You know what I mean?
So that's that Catholic girl syndrome, right? Well, I
Yeah.
guess she's Christian, so maybe it's Christian girl syndrome too. But if you're
Shit, my
sheltered-
brother dated Christians for a reason. I'll tell you what.
Right.
And I had to chaperone those fucking. Yeah, I'm good.
No, wait till I get into the
Trauma.
back seat. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, the sounds. Ugh, help me.
It's a thing, right? You're sheltered your whole life, and all of a sudden you get a taste of freedom. She's not living at her parents' house anymore, and so potentially she could have had relations with all of these men, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she's not asking to get like choked out and thrown in a ditch.
Sure.
Sure.
But the cops were like, well, now hold on.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
didn't
she's
know.
boning.
We didn't know that that's what she had kind of, evolved
And that
into.
came out from the Wackenhut security guards?
No, that came from the documentary interviewing the retired police officers who were like, yeah, she had relationships with a lot of these security guards. They interviewed the security guards, and they're like, apparently Janet had relationships with a number of these security guards.
Wow. Okay.
And so now the cops that were in attendance at the documentary, who are now
like,
going to be fresh on the
shit,
case.
we didn't know that.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't know that. We didn't know that that's who she was, which, not saying anything good or bad about
For
it.
sure.
We thought she was this sheltered, religious girl. We didn't know that potentially, maybe, she could have gone with someone or something like that, right?
Yeah. They're thinking abduction, but they could have been willingly until.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so the cop is like, fucking pardon the fuck out of me? I got in
No,
not old devout
Where'd you read
Janet.
that from?
Yeah, not our girl, right?
Yeah.
So
Not Janet.
they're like, maybe we're getting old intel, because all they had really was what her parents had said about her, about, her plans for college,
Right. Which is always going to be a different,
story than what your friends are going to tell,
Right.
So the new investigators go and they track everybody down again, right?
Mm-hmm.
They discover that while Janet was still religious, she had begun experimenting when she got to college. As you do, right?
Sure. Girl has needs, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? She had tried alcohol and pot,
scandalous.
and she had a year-long situationship
Ooh, she's having fun.
with a middle-aged man.
Oh, shit.
Who she would sneak into her parents' house twice a week. So, like,
Janet.
maybe some stuff's happening under the parents' house, right? Yeah.
Inner planet Janet.
Scandalous.
Right?
So, Lori also told the investigators that Janet had slept with a few of the Wackenhut security guards at the inn.
Scandalous. Ooh.
She said that she even had to reprimand Janet because she banged a guy in a display room.
Oh my God, she sounds like fun.
Right? And Lori was like, you can't fucking do
Can
that.
you stop?
Dude, I can't keep cleaning up the fucking jizz stains on this
Can
couch.
I ask you a question? What kind of display room exists?
Now, I don't know.
Wait,
So-
is it at the paint store?
No, it's at the
Hotel.
motel. Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
I was assuming it was like, would you like to sleep here? And they're like, I don't know. Can it fill my accommodations? And they're like, here's our display room. It has a shower and a bed.
That makes more sense.
You know?
I was thinking like, oh, they have a lobby and a lot of teacups. Like
Right. Like out here in the coffee bar at our continental breakfast.
Yeah, you know how
No.
like sometimes motels, hotels have themes? Like I
Yeah.
stayed at one that was all like records and shit.
Right.
You know?
So it's June 2005.
Right.
When police re-interviewed the man who had made the 911 call, Robert Lynch.
Oh, see, listen, now, I just like to throw my predictions out there.
Go ahead.
Because the moment you told me that this motherfucker was like, I was on the phone and I heard some shit, I was like, what was that motherfucker doing? Was he on the phone? Do we know that he was on the phone? Was there a phone call? Is that true?
Why'd you call?
Right,
Why did you have to call the front desk if you're already staying there? I need more towels.
right.
I don't know.
I have
I don't know.
questions. All right. But then security guard threw me off. I was like,
Didn't answer his 911
maybe he's
call.
a reputable... What?
Why were you on the phone with her?
Sir.
Well, when they went to go re-interview him, they found a 65-year-old alcoholic, fucking heavy
Oh,
drinker.
no. He's got some demons.
He's got some demons. He also had a wife and 2 kids. They were adults at that point, but
What?
yeah. But the cops are like, you kind of seem like you're drinking for a reason, right?
Right. What's going on in your life, sir?
It took a few interviews, but he eventually admitted that he had sex with Janet.
Oh, if you're not going to say that shit right out the gate, you are suspicious, motherfucker.
Pretty
You can't admit that
nefarious.
shit later.
Mhm.
It's either to the grave or at the beginning. Come on, get your shit together.
Right.
Do people not know how to do this?
Well, apparently he was trying to take it to the grave, and he was like, I cannot drink this fucking thing out, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. Let that be a lesson for everybody. You can't just drink it out.
Apparently not, so come clean.
Yeah.
He also said that around the time of the murder, Janet had been at a party that, quote, went haywire.
Wait, I thought she was working. Like a party at the place?
Weird. Well, it was just around the time of her murder. So
Oh.
he had also been at that party, and he had been involved.
Wow. Shocker. Wow.
Right.
Shocker.
So-
I'm on to you, sir.
Mm-hmm. So Robert agreed to plead guilty to second-degree murder in exchange for full cooperation with the police. Now-
Wait, second degree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What had happened was, apparently, there was drama that night at the inn.
Apparently.
Allegedly, Janet had slept with one of the motel housekeeper's boyfriends, who was another security guard. And that housekeeper was pretty pissed about it and had confronted her that night, was yelling at her about it and all that, right?
And she's like, power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, she was like, get out of here, not me. So, a long time building, I guess Lori secretly hated Janet at this point, too.
Okay, so listen, I called it.
Yeah, you did.
I called it. They live together and work together. Girls can't do that unless you're like sisters.
Yeah.
And even us, it's like you're a bitch in shoes and eat the gushers, you know?
Literally. Exactly.
That's the only reason we work is we just say it.
You still need a break from people. Like, you can't be around someone 24/7.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I cannot. I am such a single person.
Yeah.
I thrive when I'm alone. I talk to myself.
Apparently,
I'm great company.
I am too.
I know. That's why I hang out with you. I could probably hang out with you. I could probably live and work with you.
I think I could.
But we
too.
also would both look at each other and just go to the other side of the room.
Right.
And
Like,
just be like no,
there
no.
would be times where I'd be like, I just don't want to talk. I'm going to sleep tape my mouth shut, you know?
And I'd be like, oh, I'm talking too much.
I'm going to go. And they just lock doors, you know? It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Well, Janet was really pretty, obviously. Not obviously, but Janet was really pretty.
That's why.
And Lori was jealous, and Janet was acting out after her conservative, sheltered life, right?
Sure.
And she hooked up with a few guys. And allegedly, Janet had also slept with one of the security guys named Arthur Paiva, who Lori had a crush on.
Guys, this is just called being a chick.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Also, I did find it kind of suspicious when you were like, Lori was like, I have no idea. If you had gone missing, I'd be like, she ate peanut butter toast on Thursday at 3 p.m. Like, I'd give you the dumbest shit that you don't even need, but I'd be like, maybe there's a clue.
Right. Like, she told me when she was getting gas last Thursday.
Right. So I know that she has a quarter of a tank left. Yeah.
Right. Lori
so is there less than that because somebody drove her car? And they're like, we're not even looking at the car.
Whoa.
Well, you need to because you're missing some clues.
She's missing some gas.
Yeah.
Her work is only 10 miles away.
This doesn't make any sense.
So
like Charlie from fucking,
Yeah, with the
Always
red
Sunny.
string.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lori wasn't doing any of that. She was like, I don't know, crazy.
Oh, so weird. My
Not
best
my
friend
problem.
gone. Bitch. What's going on? Because she slept with Arthur? What's he got?
So
Fucking pixie dicks?
apparently, Lori had liked Arthur, and Lori got mad at Janet for being
Let's be mad at Arthur.
liked. Yeah. For being pretty and for
My God.
living her life.
Right. And
She decided that she was going to tell Arthur that Janet had been sleeping around.
poor Janet over here is just like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Did you know that? Like, this is fun.
Did you guys know that sex is cool?
And these guys like me.
I haven't even
This
been
is
taken
so
up,
weird.
raptured, or fucking strike down or nothing.
The devil himself is still pretty chill. Oh my God.
he hasn't shown himself to me.
Oh no. Do you think she was like, this is what they meant as she was dying?
Oh, God.
I know, it's sad.
Well, now.
I have a way with words.
You
they
sure
say.
do.
We're all thinking it. Somebody's got to say it.
So Lori's going to tell Arthur that Janet had been sleeping around, not just with Arthur, but
Right.
with other people as well.
Right.
Because she knew that he's one of those guys that, too macho for his own good and, wouldn't like
he's
that.
going to start some shit.
Mm-hmm. And when Lori told Arthur, he got pissed.
Lori.
He decided to throw a quote-unquote surprise party for Janet. where
Arthur.
He
It's
was,
a setup?
He was going to arrange for a bunch of the other security guards and himself to gangbang Janet
No.
and, quote, fuck her to death.
That's not appealing.
Not at all. Not for women. I've heard men has seemed to want to go out that way. But
Why? Just because she slept with other people. So
Mhm.
he's like, that'll show her.
yeah, basically like, oh, if she's going to sleep around, like, I'll make her sleep around.
And all these other guys show up and they're like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
She got holes? I'm in.
Yeah.
It's fucked. It only takes one person to break the spell.
Right. Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't think we should do this.
Well, I don't know if it only takes one person. I thought you meant it only takes one person to start the mob mentality thing.
That's
you
true
know?
too. That's fair too. But
I
I,
guess it could
really
go
think
either
that
way.
I really feel yeah. I really feel
Yeah.
that you could wake some people up. You know, it's kind of like where you don't want to do it, but you don't want to be the one to say that you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not, because there's a fucking vagina involved. I don't know how the rules go.
Well-
and testosterone.
These men weren't so noble.
They were like, that sounds fun.
They were in. So on January 31st, before 2 a.m., two of the guards, one was Robert Lynch, went to the front desk, and they told Janet that there was a surprise party waiting for her. And they blindfolded her, and they brought her outside to a Jeep-type vehicle.
Now, was it her birthday?
In May.
What? Was she like, this is weird?
Yeah. So I guess she went semi-willingly.
Right. Like she was like, what?
Hesitant and confused, but also not like
It's a
kicking and
trap.
screaming.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Robert said that he didn't go with them to the next location because he had to work at 6 a.m. And so he went back inside, called the cops, and reported this fake robbery. He's like, I can make this, look like a robbery. He stole money out of the till or whatever, and
Why'd he do that? Why didn't he just
to
go
make it a
to-
robbery.
Yeah, they needed it to look like a robbery?
Yeah,
Or
I
they could have
guess.
just not said anything and nobody would have said anything until she went missing the next day.
But then who else would make the call? Because then Lori would have to make the call. She's the night manager to be like, Janet's gone.
And Lori's with him?
Not right now.
She can call.
She could call. Either way, Robert was like, I'm going to take care of
I
this.
got this.
I'm going to
It
head
was
this
part
off
of
at the
their
pass and just be like, I don't know, robbery, right?
Huh. Interesting.
And then he went to bed. So
Yeah.
it might be worth
Who
mentioning.
can sleep at a time like this?
Okay, so it might be worth mentioning that I guess Robert had just come from his dad's funeral that day
Oh,
or
so
something.
he's pretty fucked.
His compassion was out the window.
Yeah, he's in his own world.
He was in his own world. He was kind of
Not that it
just
makes it
fucked up.
okay, but yeah.
Not that it makes it okay, but that tells you where his head was at, right?
Right.
Or maybe does. I don't know. So then we have testimony from Arthur's actual girlfriend at the time,
Okay.
Patty Ward.
Arthur had a girlfriend this whole fucking
Arthur
time?
had a girlfriend this whole time.
What the fuck, Arthur?
What the fuck, Arthur? She said that
What a fucking cesspool of awful people. Like, what the fuck?
100%. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So Patty said that she got to the party and she saw Janet sitting on the couch next to a security guard named James Nelson.
Uh-huh.
Patty saw James verbally abuse Janet and wrap his belt around her neck and pull her toward him.
What the fuck?
Allegedly, she then saw James bring Janet to a bedroom, and then a few minutes later, she went to the room to make sure Janet was okay.
Sure.
And Janet
everything was fine.
Janet told her that she was all right.
No.
Quote unquote,
Get the
all
fuck
right.
out of here. Shut the fuck up. But
Then Arthur came into the room and made Patty leave, and he and James took Janet to an upstairs bedroom.
And you weren't like, what the fuck, Arthur? That's weird. What are you doing?
I don't think she had a lot of say in their relationship.
I kind of feel like she's not telling the truth.
Could be that too. So once upstairs, Janet was undressed, and her arms and legs were bound. Her eyes and mouth were covered in duct tape.
Nope.
She was raped repeatedly.
Oh my God.
A line formed out the door
No.
with another guard named Freddie Parker playing bouncer and deciding who would get to go in and rape Janet
What
next.
is wrong with people? Like, where are all your moms?
Fucking right.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine?
No.
No.
I would be all their moms and I'd be like,
I
you
would
fucking
slit their fucking
disgraceful.
throats.
Disgraceful?
Disgraceful?
I turned to
I've never been so disgraced.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would have a lot of words and fucking stabs for
Yeah.
anyone who did that.
Yep.
So Arthur played mastermind in this whole thing with a final say in who was allowed in the room.
That's fucking sick.
And he asked another guard, Ronald Wirrick, to take pictures of the men raping Janet
Oh, good. We have evidence at least. Hey.
orally, vaginally, and anally.
Mm.
Pictures were taken of Arthur Paiva, Freddie Parker, Robert Lynch, James Nelson, and others.
No.
These pictures were given to another guard to give to Arthur afterwards, but somehow were never recovered by the police.
That's weird.
Lori Swank, the bestie, and two other women were in the room during the rapes.
No. The betrayal.
The fucking betrayal.
No way, homie.
The other two women were Cheryl Ruiz and Diane Marsman. They witnessed everything, and they ended up giving the most detailed testimonies fucking 30 years later.
Oh my God.
They recalled Arthur frequently yelling to, quote, fuck her to death,
No.
and, quote, that fucking bitch, she deserves to die.
Oh my God. What the fuck, Arthur?
They said that almost every man used the belt that was tied around her neck to pull on it and choke her while they were raping her. And they would pull on it to, like, lift her head up.
Choke her.
to-
Yeah.
yeah. Lori admitted to calling Janet a bitch multiple times that night and to being so overcome with hatred and jealousy at the time that she was, like, going along with it.
Oh
Right?
my God. That is so fucking sad.
Yeah. She does express remorse, like, in her testimony and stuff, but...
Sure, because
Bruh.
guess what, bitch? That could have happened to you, motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah.
I'm so mad right now. I'm, like, irrationally mad.
No, it's not irrational.
What
It's
the
pretty
fuck?
fucked up. Like, every single person there could have saved
There's so
Janet.
many people.
Yeah. So many people.
Did she die from being choked to death?
Yes, she was strangled.
Oh,
With
my
the belt.
God. And did they keep raping? Like, were they... Do we
I'll
know
tell
that
ya.
part? Okay.
Mhm. According to Lori, Robert was raping her and pulling on the belt, and then someone yelled, "She's dead." And so he, like,
Oh, my
Dropped it.
God. What the fuck? They're all watching?
mm-hmm,
What the fuck?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And as soon as Janet died, Lori rushed back to the hotel. Like,
Nobody tried to breathe into her?
No.
They were like, mission accomplished. Night's done.
Mm-hmm. They were like, yeah, that was the point. That was the point.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
people? What the fuck?
So Lori goes back to the motel like nothing happened, right? And she's like, I don't know what could have possibly happened to her. Meanwhile,
Oh my God.
the guys
Bitch,
start...
you gotta hire a new night manager or whatever. Night front desk person.
Right. You got a job to do now.
Oh, you're gonna live with somebody else?
That sucks.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
whole
what
new
I'm
fucking
thinking.
person.
But grass isn't always greener, motherfucker.
Right.
Oh my God.
So the guys start covering their tracks. Another guard who was involved in everything, including the rapes, was Anthony Williams. And Anthony, Robert, James, and Arthur washed Janet's body in the shower and then wrapped her in a tarp.
Ew.
Robert drove Janet's body to the wooded area near Grand Haven, and he dumped her. The men threatened the women who were present that the same thing would happen to them if they spoke up.
Sure.
So nobody did
Oh my
for,
God.
like, until Robert, almost 25 years later.
Finally admitted.
So Arthur, James, and Anthony were found guilty of first-degree murder.
Were
and-
any of them fucked up too? Like alcoholics and shit when they found them?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
They were all found guilty of first-degree murder and kidnapping, and they were sentenced to life without parole.
Good.
Arthur ended up dying in prison, I think in 2013.
Oh, shit.
And Robert was given a plea deal and convicted of second-degree murder.
Right.
He was sentenced to 25 to 40 years in prison. He's still in. I believe his release date would be 2030.
And
if
he's
he
the one
stays
who
in.
actually killed her.
Technically.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the mastermind behind it.
Yeah,
But he
yeah,
was
yeah.
the one that killed her. He was also the one that called the fake police report, you know, fake robbery.
Yeah.
He was also one of the guys that dropped her off. That cleaned her body
And
and
he's
cleaned up
getting
the crime
released.
scene and, yeah, brought
he
her body out there.
Sang like a birdie.
Mm-hmm. So he's still in prison, but he could get out. I think this month his parole is up.
Oh,
but-
good.
Or he's up for parole or whatever, but he probably won't get out until 2030, which is in 5 years, you know?
How old will he be, I wonder?
I don't know.
Like if it,
I didn't look.
probably 60s, 70s or something.
He was 65 in 2003.
Oh, man. Is he
So then
alive?
Add some
20
years.
something?
Yeah,
20?
he's got to be 80 something.
Jesus Christ.
And so
Well,
then
he's not going to make it.
He ain't going to be raping if he gets out.
Well,
tell
my
you that
God.
much.
And if it's 2030, then forget about it.
Right. Lori was sentenced to second-degree murder. She
Oh.
also got a plea deal, and she was given 10 to 20 years.
What did she get a plea deal for? She didn't plea. She didn't plea anything. They were like, hey, we know this. And she's like, all right.
Yeah.
The fuck, yo?
Yeah. She was released in 2016.
Jesus Christ. You gotta watch out for your friends, girls.
Yeah.
These bitches be cray. Don't be fucking their boyfriends either. or
Apparently. It
whatever.
wasn't even her boyfriend.
I know. It's just somebody she thought. Who was taken? Like,
Who was taken. Yeah, she had a crush on a guy with a girlfriend, and then she got mad that her best friend was able to, quote unquote, not quote unquote, but you know,
Yeah,
like air
slept
quotes,
with him.
able to sleep with him. Yeah.
Oh my God. And also, it turns out Arthur wasn't that cool. Like, he's the
No.
one who orchestrated this whole thing. And
Yeah,
he was like, I have an
He
idea.
was kind of like a fucking asshole.
He kind of seems like a big dick.
Actually, I want to see a picture of him. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you
let's see.
know-
What's Arthur looking like? He hot or some shit? He got fucking beer flavored nipples, pixie dicks. What is it?
No. It's not great.
No,
I mean, I wouldn't
no.
fight for him or anything. He
No,
kind of looks
he
like
looks-
Mr. Bean a little.
He looks like a little squirrely. Like he looks like he'd be your fucking school principal. What's that
Yeah.
guy's name? Mr. Fetty from Boy Meets World, the principal.
Oh. Feeny.
Mr. Feeney.
Yeah.
Ah, we were close.
We
We were
were.
both close. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm about to sing us out, but before I do, please know that if you want to listen to us open a package, that'll be at the end of this. Thanks,
Yay.
April.
Thanks. Oh, look, I brought it.
Yay! Okay, so if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to Erin's case, go to our social media. We're on Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. If you want to join the goddamn pod group on Facebook, you should. It's easy to get in. We all hang out and shoot the shit. If you want to email us, you could do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 9197.
9. Oh, it's all the way over there.
Bye, everyone. Oh, wait, here's a package.
Bye. Here's our package. Yeah. Not bye yet. It is hot.
It's real hot.
Is it really? Is that one really mine? I thought mine was over here for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, I don't have your answers.
I don't
oh,
either.
there's one under there.
See? I
Well,
thought so.
there's the container.
Ah, see, there's one. There's a fan missing.
There's a fan missing. How do you open it? Pull tab to open.
Oh.
I will.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Cards first.
Ooh.
They say you learn the most from your most difficult experiences. What a stupid system.
Honestly.
Let me just... No, I didn't make these, but my boss did. Enjoy,
Ooh.
April. You're so sweet. Thank
Oh my
you.
God, somebody made these?
Yes. I don't
I'm
know what
so
these
excited.
is. I'm so excited. I don't know how to open this appropriately.
You're doing
I feel
great.
like
You're doing
it
so
should
well.
be- Okay, this one is for Erin.
Aw, they're labeled.
And this one is for Stacy. We all know you'd fuck someone up if they mess with your chicken tender. I love you, girls. Mine says, this one's for Erin, the best chicken tender. Thanks for continuing to invade my ear holes, friends.
Aw, I would fuck
Aw.
somebody up. Come at me,
fuck
bruh.
somebody
I'm
up.
like Gavin Newsom right now. Rest my ass. Anyway.
Just a girl loves peckers.
Oh my God.
That's what I got.
Oh my God.
How cute are these? What'd you
She's
get?
beauty. She's grace. She'll peck you in the face. They're dish towels and they're embroidered. Oh my God, they're beautiful.
They're really nice.
Wait, let me see yours.
You got that applique and stuff? Look at my chicken. She
Okay.
fancy
Just
as
a girl
fuck.
with her. Oh, just a girl who loves pecker.
I'm gonna hang that shit on my stove.
April, they smell so nice. Did you wash them? Your laundry smells nice.
Just like I touched them with my lotiony
I
hands.
know, right?
Don't put anthrax on our towels.
These are. You want to know one way to kill us? Make it smell pretty. Oh my God, this is a big ass dish towel too,
Thank
dude. I'm
you.
so stoked.
I am too. How exciting!
You guys,
I'm so excited. I want to put this shit on my stove right now. My
Me too. it smells so pretty.
sister-in-law and brother are coming to town. This shit's my new fancy towel.
Hell yeah! You'd be like, don't dry your hands on that
Yeah,
one.
don't dry your hands on that. Not on the nice side, at least. You know. Thank you.
Thank you. She always has the most thoughtful gifts.
She's so sweet.
We don't deserve you. I love
No.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.